We're on Terumot, Perek Yud, Mishnah Gimel, the third Mishnah in the 10th chapter of Terumot. We're going to talk about something called Reicha Milta, Reach, the idea of fumes. It's not steam, it's fragrance or odor, but it's not odor, it's the fragrance of Terumah. And the question is, if a fragrance enters something and gives it a taste, it certainly infuses it with a scent, is that considered Terumah to make something asur for a zar or not? So it's a matter of great debate in the Tanaim. We pass in a certain way, as we'll see in the end, but let's see in the Mishnah. Harodeh pat chama, okay? Rodeh pat chama means you take bread. The rodot means to scrape it off of the side of the oven. If you ever been, you ever been at a shawarma place where they make their own bread, and they have this like pillow thing and they stick it on the side of the oven. Then they have this scooper thing and they scoop it off the oven. That's a rodeh, okay? The Bartanura says, Hotzaat pad minatonor nikreit ridiyah. Okay, the removal of bread from the oven is called ridiyah, but it's not just that. In Chazal, they would like stick it on the side of the oven, and then you'd have to sort of scrape it off. Okay, so you remove bread, hot bread, and you place it on a barrel of yain truma, of wine of truma. Rabbi Meir says that's prohibited. Rabbi Yehuda matir. Rabbi Yehuda says it's permitted. Okay, and let's just finish. Rabbi Yossi matir bepat shel chitim, ve'oser bepat shel seorim. Rabbi Yossi permits pat shel chitim if it's wheat bread, but he prohibits pat shel seorim if it's barley bread. Why? Because barley, sho'ev means like a sho'ev avak. Sho'ev avak is a vacuum cleaner. It sucks in the reach, the smell. Okay, so what are we talking about here? You have this warm bread. I actually made you a picture. You have a barrel of truma wine, and you have warm bread on top. Okay, and it seems to be that the bread, okay, as we all know, it takes on the scent, especially warm bread. Somehow, like if you ever, the barrel of a wine, if the wine has been there long enough, it smells. It has a winey kind of smell. And warm bread will sort of assimilate the odor of the wine, the scent of the wine. So even if it doesn't taste winey, it'll have that scent of the wine. Okay? So you put it on a chavish yain truma. So he says the hashta now, this is the Bartanura. Hapat koletet, the klot means it absorbs. Visho'evet, it sucks in mireach hayain, the scent of the wine. Rabbi Meir, oser, why? Tisaba reicha milta. According to the Bartanura, he says reicha milta. Reach, smell, milta is a thing. Is the smell a thing or isn't it a thing? Meaning, do we hold that smell? Tam is a thing. If I have tam of truma, if I have the taste of truma, it's asur. But if I have the smell of truma, does it make it asur as well for a zar, or only a kohen can eat it or not? So Rabbi Meir, oser, he says reicha milta. Rabbi Yehuda matir, because he says reicha lav milta. Reicha is not a milta. And then Rabbi Yossi splits the difference. If it's b'shel chitim, he says it's mutar. If it's shel seorim, if it's barley, it's asur. Okay? Why? Maybe she'arim sho'avot. She'arim sho'avot. Moshchot milachluchit yain shel truma. It grabs in the lachluchit. Lachluchit is the wetness. It's not the reicha, notice. Because we're going to see in the next Mishnah that we hold that reicha kalachically lav milta. So the Bartanura specifically wants Rabbi Yossi to say reicha lav milta, and therefore it's only the lachluchit, the wetness. He holds that it's not the smell, but it actually is drawing in from the wetness of the wine itself. It's drawing in from the wine itself, and therefore Rabbi Yossi says it's asur if it's a wine, if it's from barley bread, because then it's sho'ev, it sucks in. I just want to point out that Kahati has a long thing. There's a Gemara in Psachim, because this idea of reicha milta and reicha lav milta is a huge machloket. So if you say reicha milta, then you want everyone here to say reicha milta. So who would be problematic? Rabbi Yehuda would be matir. So and if you say reicha lav milta, then you have a problem because Rabbi Meir would be oser. So that's what the Gemara does. The Gemara says no, everybody holds like me. Reicha milta, reicha lav milta, and the reason, let's say for example, if you say reicha lav milta, so then what they do is they play with the question of is the pot is hot, but the question is the chavit open or is the chavit not open, right? And then, you can make all kinds of quantifications. If it's open, if it's not stopped up, then for sure you have greater smell. If it is stopped up, then you have less smell. I'm not being clear on purpose. What I want to point out is that this idea of reicha, if you want to look at it more, you can actually either look at the notes on the Kahati after the commentary itself. He has smaller notes, or you can actually look it up if you want in the Gemara in Psachim Daf Ayin Vav Amud Bet. Okay, but if the point is that this idea of Recha Milta, the Bartanur wants to make it a Machloket Tanaim. When according to the Gemara wants to make it a Machloket Amarayim, and then they're going to adjust the idea of the Tanaim according to each opinion. I hope that wasn't too unclear, but that is the notion. We're going to continue the study of Recha Milta in the next Gemara, in the next Mishnah. But we'll stop here. And just note, we'll dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. And as always, love to hear from you if you're enjoying, having questions, comments, rspalter@gmail.com. Have a good day.